All right, everyone. Let me just do a quick introduction. My name is Lipton Lee, and I'm a holistic wellness coach amongst personal trainer. The list goes on and on and on. Now, one of the things that I like to do is to impart knowledge, and hopefully that something resonates with you by the end of this talk. All right. So on that note, let's just get the ball a-rolling. All right, so our topic today is healthy tips and incorporating plant-based smoothies. Now, we're gonna go a deep dive into plant-based smoothies, and I'll tell you why I recommend plant-based smoothies. All right. Now, as I mentioned earlier, I'm a holistic wellness coach. I'm a personal trainer, group fitness trainer. I also am an author. I did a book called Smoothie Your Way, and the next one will be coming out later this year. Hopefully by the end of March, if my writing skills come to play, or my juices start flowing, so I can finish the book. All right. Now, this was a few years ago when I was younger. No, this was Photoshop. I don't know why the guy did that. So.
Oh, that's a nice picture.
Thank you. All right. So the introduction. Now, what is a healthy lifestyle? Is anyone inside here can give me an example of a healthy lifestyle? What is a healthy lifestyle to you? Let's start. Eating right. Exercise. Anything else?
Watching your calories, counting calories.
Well, that's a part of eating right. Now, a healthy lifestyle involves many different sections of our lives. And let me put it this way. Everything that you consume, right, and doesn't mean that you're eating it, affects whatever we put into our bodies. Right? Now think of it this way. You have a bad day at work. Would you say you have consumed stuff? You have consumed some bad energy, some bad vibe from work? Will it affect how you eat, how your day goes? True or false?
True.
So, would you consider that to be a part of healthy lifestyle?
No.
But it can be. Because whatever you consume from the outside coming in, it affects what we put into our mouths. So if you have a bad day at work, or you have an argument at home, or whatever bad thing that happened, now just throw it out. What are the foods or the liquids that you would put into your mouth?
Soda.
Soda. What else?
Alcohol.
Alcohol, ice cream. Okay. So now that has now caused you to go to your comfort. And your comfort is where you find everything unhealthy coming into your bodies. And why we put that comfort food into our bodies? Because something resonated with us from our childhood that caused us to start going back towards that. Make sense so far?
Mm-hmm.
So to live a healthy lifestyle, we have to have all areas outside that affects us not to affect us. Right? Make sense so far?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, spirituality. What does that word mean to you?
Saved, Christian, God.
Okay, now, if God makes us in His own image, what that makes us? Spiritual, a spiritual being.
Mm-hmm.
So this is our temple, and if our temple,
Don't defy it.
there you go. And if something goes array, it affects what you put into your body, correct?
That's correct.
All right. Now, physical activity. So I'm naming out 4 things so far. 3 things so far. Physical activity. Now, if you're not physically active, will you be able to get to the stage where you want to go? Will you be will you be able to lose weight, gain weight? Will you be able to walk with your grandkids, run with your kids? Will you be able to walk a mile without being out of breath? Okay, so physical activity is another part of healthy lifestyle. Okay, and let's look at, and we're going to talk about that one later in the chapter. So we have 4 to discuss, right? So, why plant-based smoothies? And this is one thing that I like. I've studied, and one of my tutors, one of my very good friends, my mentor and a tutor, he said to me that when he's currently now 74. He ended up turning into plant-based diet, changing to plant-based diet about 40 years ago. This was when nobody was interested in eating plant-based foods as much. They didn't know how to be creative with it. They just eat bland stuff. And one of the things that happened to him was he was at work and one of his managers passed out at work and died. And his complications was he had a stroke and a heart attack back to back and died right at work. So he said he didn't want that to happen to him. So he went home and he says, I am not eating any more meat. It's gonna go plant-based. That was 40 years ago. And he started on this plant-based journey. He has never been sick, never had anything. Every time he goes to the doctor says, you have a clean bill of health. So when I start talking with him more about plant-based smoothies, I learned a little bit more. How much of you inside here will sit down and eat a salad without any dressing on it? Raise your hand. Only 2, 3. Now, what I find since I've been traveling to the US for a while, and every time I come and I sit down and eat with my friends here, I don't know, you guys don't eat vegetables, you guys eat dressings. It is, you put the vegetable down and then you pour 1 bottle of stuff on top of it and eat it. No, and then one of the things my friend said to me, I'm eating healthy. That's not eating healthy. It's not healthy. If you look at the contents on the bottle, and especially for the past 20 years, since we changed to 2000s, some of the things that are written on the container, the ingredients, I cannot pronounce it. I really can't. I don't even know what it is. But yet still, you guys don't care about that. We care about the flavor. So we dose it with all of that. We eat it. And then, if you're on a weight loss diet and you keep eating all of that, will you lose weight?
No.
So this is why we're trying to go with a plant-based diet. All right, plant-based smoothies. All right, what are their significance? Healthy lifestyle, plant-based. The more we try to stem from processed foods, and we start going back to what we originally did as a child, growing up. As a child, we could eat whatever we want because we're always active. True or false?
True.
If you come inside the house and stay too long, your parents will tell you, go outside and play. True or false?
True.
Why don't we do that now? Why don't we go outside a little bit more and be more active?
Because we grown now. Our kids, you just said our mama put us outside to play. We were outside and play.
But, all right?
Yeah, we tired. We worried.
But yet still go outside and do something. Be active.
Walk to the car when you get out of work and walk back in the
All right.
house when you get off.
If you look at everything that you do, there was a conference that I went to, and one of the doctors says, what kills all of us more so in life is sitting than moving. and let's dissect that a little bit before I go to the next thing. And I'm trying to see if I can go through everything quickly so I don't bore you guys. We sleep, so we're on our back. We get up, we go into a car, we're what? Sitting. We go to work, we walk from the car, we go to work, we get to our desk, we're doing what? Sitting. We get up from our desk, we go to lunch, we do what? Sitting. We get up, we leave lunch, we go back to our desk, we do what? Sitting. We leave work, we go into our cars, we do what? Sitting. We go home, we get into the favorite couch, we do what? Sitting. And then, what else we do after that? Go to bed. So, about 8 times a day, we probably get up and walk probably 50 steps. Is that healthy?
No.
So why do we do it? Because it has now become a habit. So let's try, and this is what I'm trying to get with you, is that why are we into this habit? Why are we stuck into this cycle, and we want to live better? Make sense? All right, so what we need to do is to try understand lifestyle change. Lifestyle change is shifting the habits. And I like doing a lifestyle change thing because when you do a lifestyle change, it's sustainable. When you do a quick fix, it's not sustainable. Has anyone been on a diet to lose weight and come off it quickly and gain back weight? Majority of, all right? Now, when you do a quick fix, and there's a lot of things that is coming up now, and the latest one is where now diabetes medication has gone up because persons are taking it to lose weight. Now, if you stop taking it, if you lose, say, 20 pounds after taking it for 3 months, and you come off it, what's going to happen?
You're gonna gain it back.
You're going to gain it back. So it's not sustainable unless you have the money to do it, right? Now let's look at a lifestyle change. A lifestyle change is really looking at one habit at a time that you can kick. What are some of the habits that you think you could kick right now?
Chips.
That's one. Anything else?
Sodas.
Sodas.
Sugar.
Sugar. No. Salt. Now sugars, and I'm going to be doing a challenge next month as you talk about sugars. And it's called a no sugar diet for a month. Yes, it is hard. So overcoming barriers and mindset is what we need to do. And it is hard. I'm not going to tell you that it's an easy road. This is a hard road to travel. And why I say it's a hard road to travel, because when you're stuck in a habit for such a long time, it's hard to change habits. Now, I wish I had printed those things and take it with me. Now, there is something called a circle of life. I will show you that later down. What I use. I don't think of Lion King circle of life, right? Now, what we do is look at different areas of our lives. It could be physical activity, it could be your careers, it could be home cooking, it could be anything. Now, when you place your dots within that circle to where you feel more satisfied with that or least satisfied, we work on one area that is least satisfied to us. Now, if you're listening to everything that I'm saying, which area of your life you think you could make a change with, which is you're least satisfied with? Throw it out. Is it physical activity? Is it home cooking? Is it your career? Is it your mental well-being? Which is it?
Physical for me.
Physical well-being. All right? Let's start with that. So, if I say to you, try and do a mile of walking every day. Is that doable?
Yes.
Will you do it? That's another thing.
That's right.
So this is where the mental change has to come into play. If, for me, I'll be honest, since I've been here, I moved here on the first, start working here on the 1st of October, and I've been here about 2 days before. And every day I say I'm going to go running, have my sneakers, everything. Not been. I've been, and my excuse is that when I get up in the morning, instead of running, I'm working on my house. When I come home from work, I'm working on my house. The good thing is, my neighbors won't complain if I'm making noise. I'm sawing using the electric saw at 11 o'clock at night, and nobody hears me.
What in the world are you doing with a saw at 11 o'clock at night?
Cutting wood, fixing my house.
Oh,
Right? I'm renovating my house.
okay. That's good.
So
But that's exercise, a form of exercise.
is it? Yes, it is. Is it what I would love to do? No. So my aim was to get up in the mornings and run, and I've not done that. And the few times that I do get up and go running, it is not. My body doesn't feel like I want to do it. So some mornings I get up, I just sit in bed, and I wait until I go to work. So my mindset is now gone into a different zone. It's not where I want it to be. I'm trapped in this zone where my fitness is not important. Everything else is important. But when I went on the scale last month, well, December, and I realized that I gained 20 pounds, I was like, that's not me. So I need to lose it. So I need to take another step to try and get myself back to where I was. So my mindset changed, and this is why I'm saying breaking barriers. You have to learn to break barriers. You have to learn to separate yourself from where you are now to where you want to be, and try to change one thing at a time. All right, benefits of plant-based smoothies. All right, so let's look at these. Boost digestion, energy levels, and immunity, supporting weight management and overall health, and providing essential vitamins and minerals. Now, I make a smoothie every morning, and I take it to work, and that's one of the things that I love doing. Do I take supplements as much? No. Do I take vitamins as much? No. Do I have a clean bill of health? Yes, but I don't know yet for this year because I need to go and do a whole checkup. Vegetables give you the vitamins, the minerals, also your fruits. Now, some of us don't eat raw vegetables, but what we can do is when you blend them together, a handful is more than what the body needs at a serving. So if you put that into a blender with some fruits, you're getting a good balance of vitamins and minerals, right? So this is why plant-based smoothies are good for you, because you're getting a whole, it's like a power-packed meal in a bunch, in just one glass, right? That's why I like doing plant-based smoothies, right? Now, how to incorporate it? Now, when we look at fruits and vegetables, some of those vegetables up there I will not use, like the bell peppers, and I'm not sure what else up there I won't use, but most of it I will use, except for the bell peppers. I've never tried the bell peppers. Somehow I look at bell peppers and I'm like, I'd rather eat it than blend it. But putting things together, what you like, sometimes you start becoming your own mixologist. And sometimes you blend stuff, and I'll be honest with you, there are sometimes I blend stuff and I'm like, God damn, I can't eat this. But I drink it. Right? So you look at things that you like There is a plant, I've never seen it here. Back home, there's a plant called cerasee, right? It has a lot of different vitamins, minerals, and benefits, health benefits. If you have like, my foreparents would say, if you say your tummy's hurting, they boil some cerasee, give you a tea. If you have, if you're sick, they give you some cerasee, warm cerasee. So it has many different benefits. And recently there is a study that came out that says cerasee has benefits to help with diabetes, arthritis, and a couple other things, right? Now that thing tastes disgusting. I mean, disgusting. You taste it. Anybody ever tried aloe vera by itself? It's disgusting, right? Now, cerasee is worse than aloe vera. Now, I made it one day, and my mother lives in North Carolina, so we were making a bunch of cerasee and we were mixing it. I want to mix it because I can't drink it like that. So I blend it with my smoothie, and I made a face, and I know that's not a good look, right? But I end up drinking it. So sometimes you'll find things that you might not like. So practical tips for success. Meal prepping. Anybody does meal prepping?
For about 3 days
Okay.
and start.
It's easy, right? When you do meal prepping. All right. So I do meal prepping sometimes when I'm not. And I like to set things up. Sometimes I will, on a weekend, I'll grill my chicken, grill my beef, or grill my pork, whatever it is. Sometimes when I come home, I quickly just chop it up, stir fry it, and I'm good to go. And that's my meal, and I'm good. Right? So I'm getting my fruits, my protein, and my veg at night. Avoid hidden sugars. I did a talk last year, and I was doing some research, and there is now 64 different types of sugars, hidden sugars, sweeteners, that they're putting in our supplements or breads or things like that. If you look back about a couple years ago, if you buy a loaf of bread and you leave it on the counter and you don't eat it within a week, it goes bad, right? You buy a loaf of bread now that can sit there for a month and it doesn't go bad.
We still do it.
Right? And we still eat it. Now, we're not looking at the bad benefits of it. We're looking at, oh, it's bread and we like it, so we eat it. McDonald's. All the fast food restaurants. I did this last year. No, year before last. I did it. I bought some nuggets from Wendy's, and I bought some nuggets from McDonald's, and I deliberately left them on my dining table, and I went to Florida for 5 days, came back, and when I came into the house, if you leave food on your table for 5 days, would you come back and see flies in your house? Would you have a smell in your house? Would you? What else would happen? You would have some green stuff on it, right? Those nuggets look the same way I left them.
Really?
Yes, the nuggets and the fry look the same way I left them.
Wow.
And I even tried giving it to my neighbor's dog, and the dog wouldn't eat it. So why are we eating stuff like that? Why are we ingesting stuff like that? Nuggets, if you were to make your own nuggets from scratch, you think it will taste like that? No. So why are we looking, they have put added sugars inside there, sweeteners in these things. Some of the meats have byproducts of soy. So why are we ingesting these things? Okay, choose the right blender. So that's a good thing, because sometimes if you don't have a good blender and to blend everything up, it's going to come out chunky and you're not going to like the texture of it. All right? All right, so this is my book. I wrote this book called Smoothie Your Way. And one of the things that I did with this book is to do my research on each vegetable and fruits that I use. And I look at their benefits, and I make some smoothies over the years, and I take pictures of them. And I put them in the book, and you can be creative. My idea of this book was to be creative on your own, because what I might like, you might not like. What I might be allergic to, you might not be allergic to. So the idea of this book is for you to just try different things and be creative. All right? So we're going to be making some smoothies shortly. All right? And what are some of the key takeaways you guys have learned today from my talk? Anything? You guys don't learn anything?
Try plant-based smoothies.
All right. If that's the only thing you get, that's the only
Meal
thing you get.
prepping.
Meal prepping. All right, good. And
Walk.
all right, so I was told to talk to you guys about exercise, right? Now,
You might want to start their smoothies, they might be.
all right, so here's one thing I would like to challenge you guys with. As a group, hold the person beside you accountable, or hold the person you work beside accountable, and you set goals. And the goals for next month or for next week is to try and walk at least a mile a day, right? You can do it like 5 miles for the week. You'd be surprised how fast that goes by. And just walking. And another challenge is eat one healthy meal per day. That means if you buy wings, don't go for any sauce. I could not understand when I first saw somebody ordered wings and ranch dressing.
They go together.
I couldn't understand it. And I've not tried it, and I don't want to try it. Right? It's just don't go together for me. Right? That's just for me. So try doing something different. If you're going to bring stuff to work, make sure you have vegetables with anything that you're having. And don't put salad dressing on it. Here's a simple method of the salad dressing. Olive oil, teaspoon of olive oil. Balsamic vinegar or red wine vinegar. And your favorite salad and your favorite seasoning. That's it. If you like the Italian medley, just sprinkle some of that in there with a little bit of salt, just a pinch of salt. Mix that around, pour it on top of it. That's good to go. That's your own Thousand Island dressing, without the thousand. Okay. All right. Now, any questions before I go on? No? Everybody understand everything so far? Good? All right, let me turn this off and let's turn the light on, and then let's make some smoothies. All right, good. Can we get the lights on, please? All right, so what are some of your favorite fruits?
Strawberries.
Strawberries?
Blackberries.
Blackberries? All right. Anybody inside here like celery?
No.
No? All right, the first one we're gonna do is gonna be with some celery, okay?
What you gonna add with the celery?
All right, so,
Wait a minute, you gonna just put celery in the blender?
yes.
Oh,
So, do you guys eat the leaves of the celery?
uh-uh.
All right, so with everything that God gives us, everything is good for us, right?
Yeah.
Strawberries. Do you eat the leaves of the strawberries?
No.
Can it be eaten?
No.
Yes, it can.
I'm not eating no leaves on it. You mean tell me you can eat the leaves off a strawberry? That's nasty. Well, okay, I got a question. I'm just saying, the strawberries. I'm just asking the question because seriously, because my daughter, when she buy her fruit, she cleans it with the baking soda and some other little stuff she does. But I noticed she cleaned the strawberries and then she put them back in the container, but she leave the leaves on them.
Yeah.
I'm like, I was intending to tell her, why would you clean them and then put them back in there with those leaves? Didn't those leaves come out the dirt?
So what's wrong with that? Tell me, what's wrong with it?
I mean, why? I don't want to
Do
eat
you
leaves.
know? Do you take vitamins?
I know she did.
Do you
Yes.
take vitamins?
Uh-huh.
Do you know some of the vitamins and minerals that they put in there comes from the leaves and the bark of trees?
But I can't see it.
So why can't you eat it?
I can't.
Do
But
you
no,
know-
seriously, I'm being honest. What about? I mean, the leaves off of strawberry? No.
Yeah. So
Did you wash it
Alright.
alright?
Because she done washed them.
They be.
here we go. So
You
the
ain't
leaves
no
are on
mix
leaves,
those
right?
things. Oh no.
All right. You like bananas?
Yes. You gonna put the leaves? You gonna put the hull in there too?
No, but you can.
Really?
Yeah. So, if you were to look at how things are being done now, so the skin, you can steep it and have the skin as a tea, right? Everything now on God's given earth, there is a purpose for it. You remember when chickpea was a big thing? No. Anybody knew chickpea? So chickpea was when the mosquitoes would sting you and you'll have some pains in the joints and stuff, and it affects the joints. Now, one of my neighbors brought me some holistic stuff. They brought papaya leaf and a fruit called soursop. You guys don't have it here. No, we steeped that, and I gave it to my kids and said, everybody's gonna drink this. And within 2 days, no more pains. So everything that we grow, there is a purpose for it. All right, so we're gonna add some ginger.
Ginger is good.
So I like ginger because one, it gives it flavor and it helps with your
Yeah,
immune
ginger is
system.
a good plant.
Inflammation.
Yeah.
You're not taking a peel off of it.
And I'm not taking the skin off it.
You don't. Oh wait.
All right, so we're using lemon. And why I'm using lemon is because we're going to use the lemon to bring out the iron content in the green leafy vegetables. Okay? So any citrus plant, any citrus will help bring out that iron content from it. And it's easier digested. So I don't want the seeds in there. And in the mornings, what I will do sometimes when I make my smoothies, I'll cut a piece of this and just drop it in my tea. And I'll have the skin on with some ginger. And I'll put like a green tea bag in there and just make a hot cup of tea. And that's my tea for the day.
Do you eat bay leaf?
Bay leaves, I cook with it. And if I'm doing certain things with it, I'll have it.
But you don't eat
Myself,
it.
no, I don't. I have certain things I will have, certain things I won't. I'm not saying you can't eat it. I cook with it, so I eat it. So raw? No. Do I steep it and make a tea? Yes. All right, so I'm putting a handful of greens. Well, 2 handfuls of greens. And then I'll add a bottle of water.
So do you make all your smoothies with water?
Yes.
Really?
Or sometimes I will, I'll do almond milk by
Yes,
itself.
we use almond milk.
So when I'm making my almond milk, I will wash my almonds, soak them overnight, then throw that water off, add fresh water, blend it, and then strain it. Almond milk.
So you don't use the almond milk in the car?
No,
You just make your own?
I make my own.
Oh, no, I mean, yeah.
Reason being, if you look at the contents of almond milk, you'll see that there is some form of sweetness in there, and there is a preservative in there. If you make your own almond milk, it's not going to last a week in the fridge. If you buy cow's milk from a farmer, it's not going to last a week in your fridge. The cow's milk now, when you buy it from the store, you can keep it for a couple of weeks without it going bad. All right, here we go.
Breathe. I like to hear it, I'm not. No. Breathe up. Breathe. I told you, I knew you can't go there. So let me ask you this, you don't use ice with your smoothies?
My preference is I don't use ice in mine. Everybody's different. If you like it cold, you like it cold. If you want it room temperature, you want it room temperature. I like my stuff room temperature. It's just my preference. It don't have to be yours.
She ain't got past some strawberries. No, that she put in the smoothie. Teresa gonna taste them.
All right. So sit down and start it. So who wants to taste the first one?
Miss Pat? Miss Pat first.
Walk out.
All right, here we go.
So, Miss Lee, I got a question. I noticed you said something about meat, so you just make plant-based smoothies, but you do eat meat.
Yes, I do eat meat.
Okay,
I love a good fork.
okay.
So I have a question. The consistency, the thickness of it, how, is there like a requirement for that?
No,
Is this your preference?
it's just your preference. Some I'll make thick, some I'll make a little bit liquid. Right? You want to try it?
That's what I want. I want some vegetables.
Something great, yeah.
All right, guys, you can come and try try this?
It has an ingredient that I'm allergic to.
You'll leave your baby alone now with them strawberries.
No, I ain't never pull that. I put you don't mind.
I don't find it like that regular, but in the smoothies mixed up, you know, they not. She got more.
Well, see, these were fresh strawberries. She used like frozen strawberries.
Yeah.
So, Mr. Lee, let me ask you this. My daughter mostly make her smoothie with frozen fruit, but it's better if it's just plant-based, not frozen, right?
Well, so what I do.
Vicky and Rita, we still in class. Go on, Mr. Lee.
So
Can't hear from Vicky and Rita.
when I buy my smoothies, when I buy my fruits,
Mr. Lee, I'm waiting. Okay. Okay.
so when I'm making when I buy my smoothies, when I buy my fruits, if I don't use it up, I put it in the fridge. Put it in the freezer. Bag it, cut it up, bag it, put it in the fridge. And then when I'm ready for it, I just blend it. Now, why I don't use the frozen fruits as much is because when I blend it, I don't really like stuff extremely cold. And it turns into like one of those icy smoothies, and it's not me. And I get brain freeze easily, so I don't do it. That's my preference. But when I have more than enough, I always put it in the freezer. And when I'm taking it out, I always either add something else to it that it doesn't get so cold.
Okay.
That's my preference. Alright, so I'm going to make one without the celery because you guys don't like celery.
Yeah, I want you that. Let me see what you got on here. Do some strawberries and what's the name? He still got to put the celery in. Put the celery in. Vic, we got to see. You trying to get a
Carol, you want to try this one?
No, stop. Yeah, do it like that, Mr. Lee. That one will be good. I wish you had some almond milk, though.
Alright, so I'm using two fruits, which is the blueberry and the banana. Adding some ginger to it.
I can do ginger, is okay. Mr. Lee, that's enough. Y'all put too much, but y'all done put 3 handfuls in the oven. Y'all put 3 in there when I saw you.
You have the recipe for that.
Can I go to the break room with some ice?
I got some.
Okay.
Alright, so now,
So you have a smoothie every morning?
yeah.
See, that color even look better than they green.
can recreate your smoothies any way you want. So what I try to do, I buy certain types of fruits. I'll have blueberries, strawberries, blackberries, raspberries. I'll have bananas, oranges, pineapple, kiwi, pear, apple, and I'll just mix them up, right? But I try to do it, I don't try to have the same type of smoothie every morning. I just grab whatever that I'm looking for, drop it in the blender, and just add my blender. I like using the spring mix because one, I like using the spring mix because it has lettuce, it has spinach, it has some of them have some arugula in there, and it's a blend. So I like that. So I just do that. The good thing about the nice thing about using the spring mix is that you have that green and you just drop it in there. It gives you a different, all the different things. Now, when you're mixing your greens, try to be creative with it. If you're one who buys spinach and your kale and different things, don't just have all spinach. Because what a recent study said that too much spinach can cause calcification. Right? So always mix it up. Don't just have one thing. All right, here we go. Who wants to try?
I want to try, but what happened to the ice in the pan? What you gonna get? Put the ice in the cup?
Yeah, you can.
You can. Or you want me to blend it with the ice? Everybody wants ice in there?
Yeah, I want my ice in mine. Yeah, I want. Rita and Vic ain't getting no. Yeah, see, that won't be good.
It's gonna be like a slush.
Yeah, it's gonna be kind of yeah.
I want to see you drink it all. Your first cup, your whole cup.
I ain't drinking too much.
And this is why you need a good blender.
Yeah. But the ice. Well, see, and then another thing, Mr. Lee, I'll wait till they let you know. I can't talk over that blood. Just give me your number, I come over there.
Say that again?
I'm talking to Gordon.
All right, here we go.
Drink up. What you asked for?
Anybody else? No? What do you think like?
It's good. Can use some more ice. Yep, just take it.
What's that like, Teresa?
It tastes good. You just taste the ginger. Yeah, you taste the ginger. But Chris, excuse me, what you think? This was good. Just taste. Don't you taste the ginger? Taste it.
I know, you get strong ginger.
Yeah.
But you know, you put how much you want to put in it.
I know, but I think it's better with the ice.
Better than I like that. No. And look, a little bit different for me.
Yeah, yeah,
And then water makes.
yeah. You gonna try it again?
I put more ice in mine.
Yeah.
Make it get a
Yeah, me too. I like this. It just Mr. Lee, now this is good. But cause I was gonna say, I mean, don't you?
So, you guys like this one? You like the first one better?
Mr. Lee, but don't you think texture matters?
To each his own.
Okay.
For me,
I think I probably like it.
I don't mind having the taste I don't mind having the taste of the fruits and vegetables in my mouth. If it doesn't blend out properly, I tend to just chew on it, so it's fine for me.
Okay.
Alright. So,
You should try the first one.
I hope something resonated
try the
with you
first
today. So this is how my lifestyle is. And one of the things I'm proud to say that I'm a flexitarian. Right? A flexitarian is someone who has a few days of the week they go plant-based, and a few days they will go with meat. Right? So it's not. Will I go straight plant-based? No, because I like my meat. Alright, I love to have a nice grilled chicken or jerk chicken or something like that. Alright, but I tend to try to make sure that I have enough vegetables. If you were to look at how we should be eating, and one of the things that you need to start doing and start thinking as a healthy lifestyle is looking at your plate. Your plate should have, a half of your plate should be vegetables. A quarter of your plate should be meat or protein, and the other quarter is carbs. Now, what we have done over the years is switch it around, where we have 3/4 of our plate carbs, a quarter of our plate meat, and then there's a little thing on top that you call vegetables. It's like you get a handful and you throw it, and whatever drops on the plate drops on the plate, and that's what it looks like. So, and then we look at we try to say we're eating healthy when we're really not. So if you really want to change your lifestyle, start looking at the plate differently. Instead of having so much carbs, have more vegetables. Place the vegetables where the carbs go. Quarter of it protein, quarter of it carbs. Try to have less carbs. And here's a challenge for you. After lunchtime, no carbs. No carbs after lunch. Have your carbs for breakfast, have your carbs for lunch, but no carbs for dinner. So you have more protein and veg. And you keep hearing me say protein because I'm not sure if some of you inside here are vegans or you're not. So, or pescatarian, right? So if you don't just have your protein and your veg at night, your carbs during the breakfast and for lunch, but make sure that when you're having your breakfast, some form of vegetables in there. For lunch, vegetables in there. You're supposed to have, I think it's 5 to 7 servings of vegetables per day.
Who got time for that?
We all have time for that.
No, Miss Lee, I mean, you said something, it's a lifestyle. It's not, do for 2 months or 2 weeks. It's a lifestyle.
Yes, but
and
we do have time for that.
No.
All right, which is better?
Make time.
Which is better? Let me ask you this. Which is better?
I mean, we live in a fast-paced world. We just.
No.
I can just say for me, I don't know about everybody else. I don't.
All right.
I get up at 5:45, and then I go to bed at 12, and I go to bed eating chips.
Answer me this question. If you get ill, do you have time to be ill?
No, I ain't got time, but I'm gonna make time, but I got no choice.
All right, and then you make time to get better, right?
Yeah, I don't
And
have
you
a
spend
choice.
so much at the hospital.
Well, Mr. Lee, I understand
Right?
what you're saying.
So you're not listening to me,
I'm listening. Go ahead, sweet.
right? You spend time, you get sick, you have to spend time away from work, you have to spend time getting better, you have to spend to get better.
Mm-hmm.
When you look at all of that, what you just spent in a short period of time, and some of us are still spending after we get ill. Now, the amount of money you're going to spend to get better, and some of us might have to be continuously spending because of our autoimmune diseases that we have, like diabetes,
High blood pressure.
hypertension, right? Those things you have to constantly be on something for. And the cost for the medication per month, is it more than what you spend to eat healthy? No. It is not. So which is better? You looking this way to try to always go to the doctor to get all the medication that you need to try to live 5-10 years down the line, or you're going to live a healthier lifestyle and you can live 15-20 years down the line. I had a lady who came to me recently and she said one of her goals, she's 73, one of her goals is to live to see her grandchild graduate from college. Grandchild is in high school. She wants to live to see a grandchild graduate from college. She wants to change her lifestyle. She's retired. She wants to change her lifestyle. So how is she going to change her lifestyle if she don't make the effort to do it? So my suggestion to you is stop making excuses. What you're doing is making so much excuses right now. Oh, I have a busy lifestyle, so I don't have to get to chips. I have to stop at Wendy's. I have to stop at Chick-fil-A. I have to do this. I have to do that. No, you don't have to. You make sure you prep your stuff. You pack it in the fridge. You get up, you pack your stuff, you leave. If you have a busy day, I had a busy day yesterday. I went to work at before 7 and I never left until after 8 last night. I packed my stuff and I put it in my bag and I had everything to eat. And when I get home, the only thing I needed was a salad and a cup of tea and I went to bed.
Again, that's a lifestyle. You have to adjust to that. You have to become that.
Yes, you have to adjust to it, but you said you can't do it.
What can is can without the apostrophe in the T.
Whatever you just said.
No, you said I can't. I agree with what you're saying. You can. I'm saying can is the without the apostrophe in the T. You don't say can't. You say can. I'm not saying it's not impossible. It's not impossible, but I mean it's a lifestyle. I'm saying what you're saying. And I mean, that calls for some time too. You know, the meal prep calls for time. You know, it's time you got to prep the meal. You got to do.
Yeah, but again, what is it that you want? Is it that you want to be dependent on everything else, or you gonna be? You see, this is your temple.
I know. I'm looking at yours. Your temple good.
And to protect your temple.
Yeah, you're right. I'm trying to get my temple down. I want my temple 50 pounds down. And I won't be no good. It ain't gonna happen.
You can. It's best to look after you. Always put you first. Because if you don't put you first, something is going to go wrong.
You're right, I agree. Miss Lee, if I was 50 pounds smaller, I would be right. I'm just going to tell you. You would be right.
Any other questions? Any other comments? Yes?
I got a question. What about, all this protein powder you see these young folks taking?
Yes.
I mean, what is that mess made out of?
Well, it's a lot of different things in there. I'm not going to talk bad about protein powder, and I'm not going to talk good about it either. What I'm going to suggest to you is that what I've learned when I was doing my practice is from one of my lecturers. His name is Joshua Rosenthien. And he says, eat what is grown from a plant, not what was made in a plant. So it's best to try to eat everything that is natural and fresh than anything that is processed. Anything that is processed, they have hidden sugars, they have preservatives, they have things in there that you don't really want to know what is in there.
That's what I thought.
So, it's best to make yourself as, they say, eat clean as possible than try to go with processed food. If, however, you are lacking certain things, then I would suggest you go with the processed stuff, right? So if your body needs protein, as we get older, one of the things that we need is protein, right? I know that for a fact because at 52, I need to start looking at ways and means to strengthen my muscles, because one of the things that what will happen to me if I don't do that, I have a degenerative disc from L1 to L5, and I have to protect that disc. And not one thing, one of the doctors suggests to me that I need to do an operation to fuse them or do whatever. I do not want a doctor to go into my back to fuse anything. So what's the best thing for me to do? Start strengthening my body by ingesting more protein. From a plant-based perspective, you might not get as much protein as you need. So hence, you will go for the processed stuff. And that's the protein powders. That's what helps with building those muscles, to keep those muscles alive. Now, if you're not being active and taking protein powder, that's like a double whammy. You're not going to gain the muscles that you need. You're gonna gain excess fat. Make sense so far? Mm-hmm. So if you're not moving, think of it this way. If you're eating, and I'm going to use dumplings, right? Everybody love dumplings?
Yeah.
No.
All right, so if you say for instance you eat, hypothetically, you eat 10 dumplings for breakfast, 10 dumplings for lunch, 10 dumplings for dinner.
You gonna be a dumpling?
Right? Now, if you're working out and you're eating the 10 dumplings for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, your body will burn those dumplings and you're able to stay the size that you are. But if you stop working out and keep doing those same dumplings, the body's gonna say, I am not using up that amount of nutrients, that I'm not expelling the calories, so I don't know what to do with it. So it's